Hello, thank you so much for joining this very, very special day, this very special celebration, the day when we all celebrate together in the Mary's Meals family, the reaching of 2 million children fed each day in their place of education. And it's wonderful to be here in the place where this journey began 30 years ago, here in Dalmally at the shed. And as many of you know, prayer came first in the story of Mary's Meals. And today I'd love just to start with that Mary's Meals prayer that so many of us say together each day. So, our Father, give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us for the times when we take more than our share of the bread that belongs to all. Let us help you fill the starving with good things, not with scraps from our table. Teach us how to share what is not ours to keep. Clothe us with your love, that we might complete each good work you created us to do. Place in our hearts your compassion for each starving child, and use our little acts of love so that they might starve no more. Amen. So, who could have possibly imagined nearly 30 years ago when I asked my dad if I could borrow this shed for a couple of weeks to collect some aid that we'd appealed for the refugees in Bosnia, that here we would be all these years later celebrating the feeding each day of 2 million children. None of us would have dared imagine it, and so it's an amazing day to gather in a spirit of great thanksgiving, to acknowledge this feeding of those 2 million children. A day, when maybe just for a moment we step back and give thanks. We step back and receive thanks. 2 million thank yous from those 2 million children that so many of you are working so hard and giving so much to feed every day. It's a day too, maybe more boldly than ever, that we proclaim our vision, that every child in this world might receive one daily meal in their place of education. Because that vision of ours, it burns more and more brightly. It's not crazy, is it? Maybe at the beginning some people looked at us and thought, that's crazy. It's not, because today we're feeding 2 million children. And this simple work of love, it works. It works in so many places where children are suffering most acutely. And so today, more loudly, more boldly than ever, we proclaim our vision and we go forward. Today, in a small village, Kitezi in Turkana, northern Kenya, there's been a very special celebration of this landmark. And I think it's an especially appropriate place to celebrate this day. Those communities in Turkana are maybe amongst the most vulnerable, precarious communities I've ever visited, where people are really facing a daily struggle to survive, where children battle with hunger every day and their parents battle on their behalf too. I've heard them say in Turkana when I visited, no smoke, no school. And that means for them that if they don't see smoke from the village school or the nurseries that we provide the meals in there, there's nothing to draw the children in, and school won't take place that day. The impact of Mary's Meals in Turkana is enormous, and it's crucial for the future of that community, of that region. So let's go there now and join those very special celebrations that have been taking place there.
Ladies and gentlemen, before you is the ECD, Mary's Meals International is bound to feed 2 million children worldwide. Wow!
Director of ECD, the retired chief, elders, parents, and the school feeding committee members, good afternoon. We've come here today to commemorate this exciting milestone that Mary's Meals has achieved because of your support, where Mary's Meals currently is reaching out to 2 million children globally across 19 countries.
I'm Bishop Dominic Kimengich, the Apostolic Administrator of the Diocese of Lodwar. We really want to take this opportunity to greet all the members of the family of Mary's Meals all over the world. And I wanted to use this opportunity to thank God for the gift of Mary's Meals, especially after attaining that milestone of feeding 2 million children.
We are very privileged and humbled to have been selected to host the official celebration of the achievement of the Mary's Meals family of feeding 2 million children every day. I must, on behalf of all of us at Mary's Meals Kenya, thank you, the Mary's Meals global family, for making this organization such an amazing family to be part of. It is truly a privilege and an honor to serve you.
One thing that I'd like just to spell out is the support that we receive from many people all over the world. We have volunteers all over the world. Volunteers at our school level, these are people that come in to, cook for these children every single day. We have volunteers who are providing the security, work for us, but we have volunteers who fundraise for us for free. They do this fundraising to ensure that this child in Africa get this food every single day. So I'd like just to thank them, to thank every person who walks this journey with us. It's because of them that we are here. I want to thank our community members for believing in Mary's Meals vision and mission, and also just helping us to mobilize these children to come to school in a challenging context like Turkana. I want to thank every person, every employed staff in Mary's Meals for showing up every single day and working tirelessly despite the challenges that they're experiencing in all parts of the countries.
Wasn't that amazing? Absolutely brilliant. Originally, my plan was to be there today in Turkana with Amina and all the team and all that community, and COVID made it impossible, like so many things. And I'm kind of glad, to be honest, that I've ended up here in the place where it all began, home of Mary's Meals. And yet there was a sadness not to be able to be there, but certainly just watching that amazing celebration and hearing all those incredible words, I felt like I was there, and I hope you did as well. You know, and it just feels like a privilege to be able to call our team their co-workers. They're incredible. They're absolutely amazing. You know, and more than ever in recent months, with all the challenges the pandemic has thrown up, just to see what they've done to keep the promise for the child. You know, when schools have closed, to find a way to keep feeding the children at home. All the work that's gone on with community leaders and public health authorities to make this possible, no matter what. And not only have they ended up keeping the promise to the children in our programme already, they found ways to keep going forward, to reach out to those communities who are waiting. And that's what's taken us here to this day, to the 2 millionth child. And not only in Kenya, but all over you know, those 19 countries in which we serve meals. We have incredible leaders, incredible teams, wonderful relationships with the local community and their leaders. You know, and that local ownership of Mary's Meals from the beginning has been key to why this works, how this works in those very difficult environments. And again, more than ever, we're making sure that we are working in the most difficult environments imaginable, because that's where the children who are most in need are. You know, so we find ourselves working in places of conflict, like Ethiopia today, like South Sudan, places of civil unrest like Haiti, famine in Madagascar, you know, and natural disaster again in Haiti more recently. That's where Mary's Meals wants to be. We seek out those places, but they're the most challenging environments we could possibly think of to do this. We're certainly not taking the easy option. And today I just want to just acknowledge our co-workers who are doing so much in those countries to make this possible. You know, to do some things that actually seem impossible, but they're managing it. They're managing to keep feeding the children. You know, so the celebrations on this special day haven't just been taking place in Turkana. They've been happening all over the Mary's Meals family, all over those countries where we're serving meals. So let's just go on a quick tour around some of those countries now.
I am one. I am one.
I am 1 million. 2 million.
I am one. 2 million.
2 million.
I am one. I am one.
2 million.
I am 1 in 2 million.
I am 1 in 2 million.
My name is Vincent Mwenda from Malawi. I am 1 in 2 million.
My name is Matamando Mashu. I am in grade 4 at Maguya Primary in Zambia. I am 1 in 2 million.
My name is Alfred Yirenda from Malawi.
My name is Liseli Kalaluka. I stay in Zambia.
أنا عبد الله من لبنان.
I am 1 in 2 million.
I'm 1 in 2 million.
أنا 1 من 2 مليون. أنا غياث داير. أنا جزء من مليونين.
My name is Rarashim Sakai. I come from Zimbabwe. We are proud to be a part of the 2 million children fed by Mary's Meals.
Sharbit Nangarak Avete Madagaskar Rayanatan Matapchika.
मेरा नाम अर्चना लकड़ा है। मैं 5वीं क्लास में पढ़ती हूँ। 20 लाख बच्चों के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
My name is Amina Swedi and I'm the country director for Mary's Meals Kenya. It means a lot, really. Us being able to achieve this 2 million milestone, it means a lot. These children are the generation, the next generation, they're our future generation, and them being able to come to school and receive this food every single day shows that we have a better generation. It's very, I feel very elated when I see that we are able to achieve 2 million milestone, globally.
Soy Michelle, vivo en Ecuador, soy una de 2 millones.
Mary's Mills, Bislak, Bachon को खाना देने के लिए धन्यवाद.
My name is Panji Kajani, team leader for Mary's Mills in Zambia and Zimbabwe. I'm exceedingly happy to have been part of the journey towards feeding 2 million children, and I would like to thank all of you who've been with us on this journey, all of you that have been mobilizing resources, and those that actually take part in feeding of the children at the school. And I hope all of you will be part of this journey as we soldier on towards feeding another 1 million so that we can hit 3 million soon. Thank you very much.
My name is Steven. I'm the driver of Diocese of Rumbek. I'm the one distributing food in South Sudan, and I support 2 million children. Thank you.
I am Aljosen from Bread, India, and I support Mary's Meals 2 million.
I'm Margaret Flomo, Chico, New Life Foundation School. I support the 2 million.
My name is Esther Sengo. I am originally from Congo, and I teach at Umodi Katuza Primary School at Zaleka Refugee Camp in Malawi. I support the 2 million.
I'm Anida from Lebanon. I support the 2 million.
Hi, my name is Paula Naraki. I'm the country director for Mary's Mills Liberia. I've been here now for a little over 2.5 years, and I support the 2 million feeding milestone, and I look forward to reaching the 3 million in the not too distant future.
Hello, I'm Timothy Lazum. I'm working with Living Water Foundation in Thailand, and I support the 2 million.
My name is Judith Kapasa, the school feeding officer for Mary's Mills Zambia. I support the 2 million.
Recently, due to the devastating war, we are doing our utmost to support thousands of internally displaced people or IDPs through provision of food and the basics for living, but especially children who are victims of this war. Hence, the heartfelt gratitude for the funding and general support Mary's Meals have provided.
I support the 2 million.
My name is Angela Shibita Konje, and I'm the country director for Mary's Mills Malawi. It is an exciting day for us because the Mary's Mills story started here in Malawi, and it has been quite a humbling experience for me to be part of a movement that is giving hope to so many children around the world. And today we are reaching 2 million children globally, and we are looking forward to reaching the next child.
On behalf of Summit Education students, educators, and team, I want to congratulate Mary's Meals for serving a daily meal to 2 million children. This meal has been crucial for students' attendance, students' participation in class, and most importantly, students' achievements. Words cannot express how grateful we are to be Mary's Meals partner, and we look forward to serving as many children as possible. Thank you so much, Mary's Meals.
My name is Moses Koprot Kenye, working with the Diocese of Rumbek in South Sudan. And we are happy to receive Mary's Meal food for the children of South Sudan. This is what we call life-saving food, and we are so grateful to achieve the 2 million milestone. Thank you very much. Shukran. Much love to everybody.
I am Angel Mito from the Mary's Mills Partner Emaus Foundation, Uganda. I work to support the 2 million children Mary's Mills feed each day. May God richly bless the donors of Mary's Mills for your immaculate hearts towards our school-going children. Best wishes from Uganda.
Yes, Ancestra Dorothea is Benina. I produpirem
2 miliona djece koja se hrane Marijinim obrocima u našim školama.
I am 1 in 2 million.
I am among 20 lakhs Mary's Meals children.
وحدي من 2 مليون.
I am 1 in 2 million.
I am 1 in 2 million.
وأنا جزء من مليون.
I am 1 in 2 million.
I am 1 in 2 million.
I am 1 in 2 million.
I like orange. It's health. Thank you, Mary's Meals.
What a beautiful thing this Mary's Meals family is. Ever more beautiful. You know, just so many people from so many different places, so many different cultures drawn together by this very simple mission. You know, and it's a family that just doesn't stop growing. You know, even these days, Mary's Meals Hong Kong is about to be born, the latest Mary's Meals entity. So more and more people are joining this very simple thing that works, this simple act of love. And it's not just a nice sounding thing, something that feels good. It's something that works. It's something that we have more evidence than ever to prove works. You know, recent impact assessments that just show again the dramatic increases in enrollment that takes place when we serve Mary's Meals. You know, it demonstrates the huge reduction in classroom hunger. You know, it shows a decrease in the terrible anxiety that children and their parents feel through the fear of hunger. It shows increased happiness of children attending school. And that shouldn't be a surprise, should it? Because Mary's Meals is something that allows joy to enter in, no matter what part of the Mary's Meals family we are in. That's something that I see everywhere, the joy that accompanies this work. And I've sometimes over the years described Mary's Meals like a bird. You know, here we have these beautiful golden eagles that soar, that glide on their enormous wings. You know, and I think that's a good way to think about Mary's Meals. So that small bit in the middle, the head and the body, relatively small. That's those of us who are involved in the planning and the coordinating of this diverse, dispersed family, the bit that keeps the bird pointed in the right direction. And then those enormous, much bigger wings, one of those is that part of the family that we've been celebrating with already today. Those involved in serving the meals to the children, organising the logistics of getting the food there. Those tens of thousands of volunteers who freely give their time to cook, serve the meals each day. That's one of those wings. And then that other wing are all those people around the world who are fundraising, who are donating, who are raising awareness, telling the stories of Mary's Meals, inviting people in, gaining that support that we need to be able to procure that food, to provide that meal every day for the child. And that part of the family is also growing ever more vibrant, ever more wonderful. And they've also been celebrating this day in many different places around the world. So let's just go and visit them for a little while and see what they've been getting up to and what messages they've been sending to acknowledge this very special day.
Mary's Meals Ireland are delighted to support the 2 million children.
million children is just absolutely amazing.
We wish the 2 million children bon appetit. Dobro
Hi, I'm Rudy.
I'm Aoife. I'm Orna.
I'm Miriam.
We're from Ireland.
And we support the 2 million children.
We support the 2 million.
I support the 2 million.
Hello, I'm Heike. I run and run in a flower shop. And I'm so proud to be a member of the Mary's Meals family. From every sold bouquet or plant, I donate 1 meal. And that makes me incredibly happy. I support the 2 million, and I hope you too.
I support the 2 million.
We support the 2 million.
My name is Petra. I'm from Croatia and I support the 2 million.
Amazing. Mary's Meals now reaches 2 million children every day. Let's go together for the next child. For Mary's Meals, follow my wheels.
Feeding 2 million children every school day. And we can do even better. We support the 2 million.
Hi, my name is Brenda Flynn, leading lady of Lord of the Dance and director of Flynn O'Kane Academy, Ireland. We just want to say a huge congratulations to Mary's Meals on feeding 2 million children.
Mary's Meals, just especially now that they can feed 2 million children every day, it just changes the world so much for the better.
Hi, I'm Veronica. I'm from Poland and I support the 2 million.
I support the 2 million.
I started supporting Mary's Meals when they were at 1.2 million, so to see them break 2 million was just amazing.
I'm Silvia, Executive Director of Mary's Meals in Italy. I'm celebrating with all the Mary's Meals family here in Italy this amazing milestone. We are so proud to be part of the family. Thank you.
We support 2 million. I support the 2 million. Gratulujemy Mary's Meals u świeci 2 miliony dzieci. The 2 million.
Wasn't that amazing? Absolutely wonderful. Just so much joy again, and thank you, all of you, for celebrating this special day and for sharing it with all of us. And it is a happy day. And then I suppose at the same time, none of us in this mission can be totally satisfied. I don't think we'll ever be satisfied if there remains one hungry child. If there's even one child out of school because of hunger, how can we be totally satisfied? And sadly today, there are millions of children who are hungry, who are out of school. For every one of those 2 million that Mary's Meals fed today, there are many more waiting for Mary's Meals to come to their community. And so this day of celebration, we're not celebrating our final destination. You know, we celebrate this as another signpost on the way. You know, a signpost that points us to that next child waiting, to that next school. A signpost that points us to the fulfillment of this vision that every child might eat every day. And sadly, when we look out there at the world today, it's not good. You know, after decades of progress in the battle with global hunger, we're going backwards in a horrible way. Millions and millions of people sliding into chronic hunger. Millions of children facing new hunger in this world. And so if we need any more motivation than we already had, and maybe we don't, that growing need, you know, and that need is particularly acute in the countries where we already work. The numbers are frightening. In Haiti today, over 1 in 5 children under 5 years old are chronically malnourished. In South Sudan, that increases. 30% of the children in that nation are chronically malnourished. 55% of the entire population of that nation is in urgent need of food aid. And so in the countries where we're already working, there's so much more to do, let alone the countries that are still waiting. So there's no shortage of work to do, no shortage of work ahead of us. But I've no desire to end this happy day on a sad note, because this isn't a sad work, is it? This work of Mary's Meals. It's a work of joy. It's a work that makes us happy. It's not a work we do with long, sad faces. It's a work that makes us more fulfilled, that helps us to grow, to be the people we were made to be. You know, and I thank you, each one of you, with all my heart, for what you do for Mary's Meals, for all the different gifts that you bring to the table, for all those things you do, every one of those little acts of love that means that these 2 million children are eating today. I thank you with all my heart, you know, and finally, you know, today is a special day for another reason, the 8th of September, the day that we celebrate the birthday of Mary, the mother of Jesus, the one who inspired this work all these years ago in Medjugorje, the one who gave her name to this mission, the one who we asked to show us how she would have us do this work. That mother that knew what it was to be a refugee, who knew what it was to face all sorts of struggles. And so what a wonderful day to celebrate this reaching of the 2 million. What a gift to be able to give her those 2 million. So I'm going to carry on celebrating now with a few friends, with a wonderful cake actually. Look at this. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.